Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my April beauty favorites. These are the items I have been crazy about this April. I've been wearing them constantly, and there is one item that I just recently hauled from a VIB sale actually that I've just instantly fallen in love with that I had to include in this video. I do have a recommendations video for the Sephora VIB sale, so I will leave that in the description box. There are more products in that video. These ones are different products that I've been using this month as well that I wanted to include my thoughts on and how much I've been loving them. So without further ado, let's get right on into this favorites video. Firstly, let's talk about the two Benefit cheek palettes that I recently hauled. We have these guys right here. These are both the Cheekleaders palettes. These are the 3-pan ones. There are larger ones that are 5-pan. I just picked up the 3-pan ones to try and test out. And I will say that the favorite of this month by far is this one. This is the Mini Bronze Squad. And this is one that is basically a full complexion palette in a trio. We do have a highlight, a blush, and a bronzer in here. The blush and the bronzer are from their permanent line, and the highlight is unique to the palette. So like I mentioned, out of the two, the Mini Bronze Squad is the one that I've been picking up the most. And I just love this trio. It is so beautiful. It's great for every day. I am wearing the blush and the highlight today, and this is something that I think is perfect for travel. It is a cardboard packaging, so it's not going to be like super breakable, and I just love this. So out of the two, both of them are great products, but this is definitely the favorite out of the two. I'm going to swatch this for you as well, just so you can kind of see everything in action. And the blush of this is like a neutral blush. There is a bit of a overspray of some sparkle, but then after a few uses, that goes away. Gorgeous, creamy products, you guys. The Hoola is consistent with the rest of the Hoola products they've come out with. It's a gorgeous bronzer. Then we have the blush on the far left. Again, a great neutral pink. And the highlight there is stunning as well. So this is the one that I've been using so much this month. So here we have the swatches of the other palette, and the reason why I love this one too is mostly the highlight, because the highlight is so gorgeous. I'm going to show you how it kind of changes in the light from like a yellowy gold to a kind of pinky lilac. Then we have the two blushes kind of beside it as well. The highlighter in this is so unique. Of course, the two blushes in here are also from the permanent line, but this highlight is new to this palette as well. Much more unique, I would say, than the Mini Bronze Squad palette. So I'm glad that I have both of them in my collection for that reason, but I have been picking up the Mini Bronze Squad a little bit more than this one. The next favorite for this month is actually an eyeshadow palette, and this is one that I picked up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. This is so pretty, you guys. I'm so glad I have it in my collection because a lot of people were raving about it, and I actually finally found out why. The color scheme in here is so gorgeous. You have your neutrals, you also have some gorgeous metallics. You have those pops of color as well with the green and the bright pink. This, I think, is such a gorgeous formula, and I really was putting this palette to the test this month. And sure enough, I mean, I've just been so wildly impressed. So now I know why everybody loves this one. I think it's so pretty. I love the green. The green is really pigmented as well for a green, which I like. And you can also wear it like every day and amp it up for night, which is perfect. A great transitional palette as well. So I'm really happy to have purchased this palette when it was on sale. And this is one that has the amazing Too Faced formula that we love. I know that some products you can have a little bit of a differing quality with their eyeshadows, but this is the like tin chocolate packaging. So I was hoping this was going to be the same high quality like the gingerbread spice palette and other palettes that have this tin packaging, and it absolutely does. So this is one I've been very impressed with as well. Speaking of Too Faced, let's talk about the product that I've been instantly in love with ever since I hauled this, which was literally like a few days ago. So this made the cut because we're still in April right now, but I'm just so blown away. And these are the Too Faced Peach Puff lipsticks. So I do have two shades. The first one is Boy Bye. The second one is Stoked. So these, you guys, are so comfortable. When people were telling me about them, I was like, like a matte that's comfortable, I don't know, like I hope it's not too drying. And it really surprised me, you guys. I was so excited. This is more like a stain. So it definitely is a matte finish, but it's more like a stain on the lips. The longevity of this is amazing. You can actually reapply as well on top of an existing layer. It's not going to get cakey and gross, which I really like. And man, I've swatched these before, but I'm going to show you guys exactly what they are and what they look like on the hand here. So here we have the two shades. We have Stoked on the left, Boy Bye on the right. And I actually know that if I hold these on to my hand like for a long time, they will actually stain the skin. So I'm going to quickly show you, and that way I can remove them really quickly. But the longevity of these, you guys, is so nice. Actually, these are both very flattering colors as well. And I've just been very impressed with this formula, honestly, because the applicator is a little bit different. The scent of these is nice. It does smell like peaches. So just a kind of buyer beware. When it goes on the lips, though, you don't smell it as you're wearing it or anything, but when you're applying it, when you're rolling up the product, it is absolutely there. So if that's not something that you like, then definitely steer clear because they are pretty potently scented. Wow, I feel like there's tons of Too Faced products in this favorites video, but that's okay. I'm just going to share exactly what I've been using, what I've been loving. It just happens to be a lot of Too Faced. This next one is the Better Than Sex eyeliner, and this is one that I've been really enjoying this month as well. I've been putting it to the test. I did purchase it from Ulta, but it is now available at Sephora as well, so that's great. The applicator on this is incredibly fine, and that's what I really like. I love that the pigment is nice and black and like a dark black, very deep black. It's something that is consistently pigmented as you swipe it across your lid. What I do think is a bit of a learning curve with this one is actually that the tip really is super fine. So if you hold it a certain way, you are going to get the slightest line. And for me, I'm used to having it probably like a medium width just right off the bat with my Stila product that I use a lot and the Jouer Kitten Liner. Both of those are a little bit thicker when it comes to a tip. And this one has a little bit of a softer tip, but it's still a little bit thinner and finer than the other two. So you just have to kind of hold it a certain way to get a little bit more thickness if that's what you want. But you can also hold it straight on to get a much finer line. So I think that's a huge strength of this one because you can do both really easily. Next, let's talk about a blush I've been loving. This is from Buxom, and this is the Wanderlust blush in the shade Seychelles. This, you guys, is so gorgeous. A lot of you guys warned me that this was one that was very heavily pigmented. You were absolutely right. So this is one you do have to apply pretty light-handed at the beginning because you can get a lot of pigment on the skin really, really quickly. So thank you for warning me for that because I was able to know that ahead of time. I did one time put a little bit too much on my brush, and you can tell that it's quite a bit if you do that, but what I really like is it can actually blend into a gorgeous fade really easily as well. So that's what I like about this blush. If you mess up, you can definitely blend it out to make it look a lot better and presentable. If you accidentally go, too heavy-handed and just have way too much pigment on your brush. I love this shade in particular because this is one that is a gorgeous neutral. This is like a perfect natural flush to me. I think that it has like pigment that is very lifelike, so to speak. It's not like super blush look. It's just very natural and glowy, and I love that about this product. I think the packaging is very standard. It's like a clear plastic. It's nothing too crazy. It's not like ultra luxe for packaging by any means, but the product inside is lovely. So if you haven't checked out these blushes, I highly recommend it. This shade in particular, so pretty. Now we're on to the last favorite of this month, and this is one that has blown me away. I'm so excited to share with you guys my thoughts on this. This is the Too Faced Natural Lust Bronzer, and this is one that really surprised me. This is so lightweight, you guys. It does have a coconut scent, just keep that in mind. And actually, it's not as potent as some of the other Too Faced scented products that I have tried before. What I do like about this one is that the bronzer color, when you like swirl the two products together, is so pretty. I thought for sure that I was going to have to keep the bronzer separate from this kind of golden highlight shade, but if you swirl them together, it's actually super beautiful, not glittery or anything. It's a gorgeous, like glowy kind of bronzer look to the skin, and this one does not make me look orange. I love it. It's neutral. It's great. This is one of my favorites for sure. I have used the highlight on its own, and I've used the bronzer on its own as well. You can do either or with that, or swirl them together. This is such a nice find though. I'm so happy I have it in my collection, because even though the product itself is stunning, so is this compact. Like, this is just something else. I feel like this is classic, kind of old-timey, vintage a little bit. I don't know, with like that kind of rustic look. Maybe it's just me, but it's just so stinking beautiful that I absolutely love it. So the kind of look on the skin is kind of like a satin finish. It's not matte. It's not like dewy or anything. It's just like satin, natural gorgeousness. Anyways, guys, that is it for my February beauty favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are interested in my VIB sale recommendations for this sale that is happening right now, I will leave that video in the description box. And until my next one, guys, take care. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.
You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way.